All right, so now we're going to get to some of the really cool questions, and that is this one, number 6. All right, we just did this one, right? The counts, yeah. So number 6 is what is the total salary expense of each job in Department 50? So what we want to do now is it looks like we're going to be basically taking all the job IDs for Department 50 and the salary. So let's get that query going. This is going to be kind of a brand new one. So let's just go create query wizard, simple again. Once again, going to employees, not departments. And we're going to go grab the, I've already forgotten. Is it, what am I looking for? I'm looking for job ID and salary. So we're going to go job ID and salary. And I'm going to go next. Sure. Next. By the way, even here, I could have done summaries just for the record. I could have done a nice little summary. And actually, I think what I am going to do is I'm going to probably pick all those and account. So once I've got all that done, I'm going to go OK. And I'm going to go next. And I'm going to call this thing Q06. And I'm going to go finish. And how are we doing here? I know we're not right, but we're getting close. We got total salary, average, max, min, and salary range, which is not what I've got here. I've got sum of salary, average, min, max, and then account. All right, so a couple things. First of all, the obvious one is that we're not looking at we're looking at all the jobs, even the ones that are not, as it turns out, in Department 50, because that was kind of a deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to go grab Department 50. We're going to basically say this guy's got to be 50. Make sure I have a hard time lining it up. It's 50. And I'm going to basically also say don't show it. So when I run it now, I've got 3 rows, and that's kind of what I got there. Okay, 3 rows. Next thing is to do the aliases. So I think honestly, the best way to do the aliases, in my humble opinion, is to do this thing in SQL. So right now, well, that's interesting. It's got the distinct row, but whatever. Sum of this as that. That's not what I want. I want to have that sum being tot sal. So let's just go ahead and change that to tot sal, except let's get the right kind of case. Right? Oops, well, the enter doesn't really matter. And let's run it again. And now it's mad at me because it includes reserved words or arguments of spelling, whatever. So let's have a look. Oh, because I got a square brace still sitting there. So let's just backspace over that. And actually, that didn't work. There it is. All right. So I just changed the square bracket to a L. And now I got tot sal. All right. If I wanted to now go av sal, then I would basically go to the SQL, find the average one, and change this guy to be as av sal. Sal. Geez Louise, man. Okay, Sal. Perfect. We're going to go, and off that goes. Now, I don't want to count. I don't want to count. So there's a min and a max. You know what, actually, Grant, you may as well just do those two. I'll just do those two. Here we go. Whatever. I love it. I love it. This is my dream. Let's go ahead. Min Sal and put that one back up here. Max Sal. So just for the record, most of the SQL I've had to deal with doesn't have nearly the amount of square brackets as this does. By the way, I don't really want the count there at all, but so normally I would just want to go through and rip it out. But instead, I'm going to go to the design view and I'm going to find it right there. And I'm going to say, hey, for goodness sakes, get that gone. So if I get that gone, now I'm getting close, right? And so that looks like I'm getting close. The only thing I'm missing is the salary range. Salary range is going to be a little bit tougher. So let's go and look at the design view for a second. And, actually, I question whether it's easier to do it here or in the SQL. I think it's going to be easier to do in the SQL because basically it's going to be the maximum, wherever that is, the maximum subtract the minimum, right? So if I was to go in here, take the maximum and go copy, make my own row here, and we're going to go subtract, and I find the minimum. So don't grab the alias, just grab the formula. I'm going to go as sal range. and I go go, now I've got myself a cool little salary range. And that's actually the answer. So I'm loving that. So I'm going to basically save it. That is Q6. Q7 says take the above answer and actually get the job title from the jobs table into the results. You know, that I'm going to save for the next video, because you're going to kind of see what I'm doing here is I'm bringing in joins is what I'm doing. So let's bring that in the next video.